Goedemiddag allemaal, welkom terug voor degenen die al eerder ingeschakeld waren, voor de mensen die er nu bij zijn. Ook van harte welkom. We gaan verder met ons programma van de conferentie Bitsprix en Behavior, Week van de Gebouwautomatisering. We hebben nog 2 sessies te gaan vanmiddag. De volgende sessie ga ik voor jullie aankondigen. Hij staat al naast me, jullie kunnen hem al zien. Maar er is ook nog iemand online aanwezig. Ik ga hem eventjes vragen om zijn camera aan te zetten. Thomas, could you please turn on your camera, so we can see you.
Hallo guys.
Helemaal vanuit Denemarken, Thomas. Hier in de studio bij mij Gert. Ik laat het aan jullie zelf om jezelf te introduceren. De volgende sessie, hij heet de Fifth Façade. En dan ben ik de rest van de titel kwijt, Gert.
Iets heel belangrijks.
Iets heel belangrijks, hè? Ja precies. Nou ja, daarom. Ik ga me niet meer mee bemoeien. Succes.
Ja, goeiedag mensen en dames en heren. Mijn naam is Gert Ziekmans. Ik werk bij de firma Blugger. Wij zijn een leverancier van afvoergoten, afvoerputten en ook dakafvoeren. En wij zijn van mening dat we wat meer moeten gaan doen met betrekking tot het digitaliseren van onze producten, maar ook het zichtbaar maken van problemen die we in producten zien. En we hebben het hier over de fifth facade, protect against the environment. Ik weet niet of er mensen zijn die alleen Nederlands praten, of dat er ook mensen zijn die het in de Engelse taal willen hebben, maar dat hoor ik graag van u. Ik zal verder gaan met in het Engels. Thomas, can you introduce yourself?
For sure, thank you Gert. My name is Thomas, I'm a product manager here at Blugger. We have our headquarter in Denmark, but we are a global company. Yeah. Back to you, Gert.
Thank you. So we're going to talk about again protecting against the environment and the missing link you want to see. And we start a little bit about the building management system, what we have done or what companies have done over the last many years, and what they have been able to show to us. We have been showing the visibility and control of electrical systems, Legionella prevention, and a lot more of this kind of precautions. We can see alarms, we can see temperatures, we can see CO, we can see air ventilation systems and everything. We see a lot of stuff what is happening inside the building. But we can't see anything what's happening outside the building, or at least not the things we want to protect ourselves against the environment. So to achieve data, to get data for equipment, for all kinds of products, we as a manufacturer need to provide models. We need to provide models which contain data, but also sending data. So we're sending data from products towards the building, towards the BMS system. The BMS system will give us alarms, it will give us data, and we need to do something with this data. When we talk about it, about this system, you know, here we have a model, it's a Revit model, a BIM model, so that's where we have put in all our products. From this data, from the product models, we can see who has made the product, the maintenance schedules, the parts lists, everything is in the model. And this data can be used in the BIM model. And from the BIM model, we are able to build, or companies, we're not doing it ourselves, can build a digital twin. With a digital twin, property owners and managers can optimize the building's performance. They can predict when products need to be maintained. So if an electric motor is using more current than normal, you can get an alarm and you can see where the alarm is coming from which product. And in a digital twin, we're able to point out exactly where this product is standing, where it is located in the building. And that's differently if we look to a building management system. Then we have an approximate location, not the real location. And that's what can be done, and to our knowledge, should be done with a digital twin. What can we do in a digital twin? We can do a lot. We can monitor exactly what is happening in the building. We can monitor exactly the performance as well. Again, here we can build a dashboard. We can see what is happening, but we can also access all the parts which are in that specific building. We can click on the product. You can see on the right bottom the image. We can click on one of the products and we can exactly see what is this product. What does it do? Who made it? Who supplied it? When was it commissioned? And if you go further, we can manage it completely. We can say, okay, we need maintenance in 3 weeks or 4 weeks because of certain reasons, because we have reached the maintenance schedule. The other thing as well, we can capture all of this data. So we know exactly over the lifetime of the building what we have done on that specific product. And that's becoming more and more important. We're able to reduce the cost of the maintenance and running the property. What else can you do in a digital twin? And now it becomes very exciting. Here we can see 2 images. We can rebuild, or you can rebuild your digital twin. You can change like in this example, you can change the seating arrangement. And you can use it for anything you like. You can change here seating arrangement, but you can also exchange components, equipment. You can replace it with the same equipment, or you can replace it with another piece of equipment. And that is very exciting. Very exciting. You do not need to go back to the architect or to the building company. You, as a property owner, are able to make these changes. Here we have an example of a digital twin with a 3D drawing in there. We can click on one of the products on the right side. You can see exactly what the product is, what you need to do. Behind of this, you can also add information on who is doing the maintenance on this product. Ken Thomas, my colleague in Denmark, is he able to change the boiler in this building? We can try to put it in. Is it possible? No, Thomas is not allowed to do it because he's not a qualified boiler repair guy. So these are all tasks we are able to put in, or you should be able to put in your digital twin. It runs your complete maintenance as well. All of this data is coming from the BIM model. The BIM model which you upload into your Revit, or you use into your Revit system. So what about then BMS, the building management system, and your digital twin? We connect systems to control a safe and pleasant living environment or a work environment where we focus, or where now is the focus on energy reducing and the carbon footprint. What can we see? Can we see these things at home? I think so. You know, we all know the company Velux. They are making these large attic windows. Now they have the option monitored or controlled by an app or by sunlight that the shade will close or that the window will open if the moisture is too high. We have connected fire monitoring systems. I installed one at home myself last week. It works very nicely, and I can see everything what's happening on my phone. And then, of course, we have in this case, Watts Vision, but you can also think about the Honeywell Evo Home and other systems where you can control your whole house heating system, rooms independently from each other. This is where we're looking. We're looking really at the environment and the safety in the building, in the house. And we believe, that's important, but we're able to go faster. We're able to go further. We are getting more rain in the world, and climate change is there. We will have heavier rains. We can see on the right side on the little image, I think a lot of us in Holland have seen these floodings in the last couple of years. We also know that certain roofs have been collapsing due to too much moisture or too much water on the roof. And we didn't monitor it. We didn't think about the roof, what is happening here. And that's where we are working on. So this is our first step, Blücher's first step, to look into monitoring drainage. Roof drainage, floor drainage. We have a ton of ideas, and we have launched the first product recently. To cope with the more and faster discharge of water, that's what we want. We want to get the water as quickly as possible from the roof. Everybody wants this. We have introduced siphonic drainage. We have introduced emergency drainage. The rain intensity has been reviewed by the local governments. Modeling software has been built. And nowadays we hear a lot about rainwater attenuation. It means that we allow a certain water level on the roof and we will discharge when we can. So not at always, but we can discharge when we can, and we are able to control the amount of water what we're going to discharge. This is pretty new. It's coming and it will come more. Then we talk about the roof. We're not testing the roof. But how often is your roof being inspected? And that's a question you can ask yourself. We will have Mentimeter coming up very quickly, where you will need to go to a code and that you can make a test for us and say, how often is your roof being inspected? Are you flying over it with a drone? Why not? Can you do that every week? Why not? Are you going to send a person on top of the room, your roofing contractor? You can do that as well. But how often is this roofing contractor coming? Is he coming at the time of a problem? Or is he coming once a year or more? That's a question we have for you. If you could try to go to Mentimeter, but the system is blocked. We have a small problem here, what we're now looking at to fix. Here we go. You can go to menti.com. You can type in the number 7900818, and you can put in your vote. And it will take a little, before the answers will be there. I think Martin will do the refresh of the screen, and then we can see what it is. So menti.com is menti.com.
Maybe I can fill a bit in here, Gert, if okay.
Yep.
So within product management, when we have been looking at developing a roof product, we have asked ourselves the question: how often do we visit our own roof? So if I should point out and give an answer here, it's biannual, and maybe never we are visiting our own roof, and I think we will come back to that point a bit later in this presentation. So,
okay, good. Thanks for that, Thomas. We're trying to go to the next page, but somebody else needs to press a button here.
Well, the system is very slow today, Gert.
Yeah.
En weer terug.
There we go. So when we talk about, how often has your roof been, or will you inspect your roof, we want to hear something. And I'm not sure if you guys know what blue roof is, but blue roof allows water to stand on the roof at all time. That is possible. But that's when you want it. That's when you designed your roof for it. Sometimes you can see it on the image on the right, it's a blue roof. We have water standing on there, but we have flooding there. And that's what you don't want. You do not want to have your roof or your roof drain being filled up with water. And dirt, of course, the dirt. Same for green roofs. On the left, you can see a beautiful green roof. This is something really we can see more and more often being used in the big cities. But outside of the cities, we also have green roofs on the right side. But that's a tree, which was not planted on purpose. This is a tree which will cause problems for you. You can also see the water around it, so this drain is also not working properly at the moment. Then the question is, come problems convenient? On the left side, you will see our facility. It's a big facility. And like Thomas said, we have a lot of roof. You can also see that we have hardly any trees around the building. But on top of the roof, those 4 images there, that is actually the roof, how we find it after the biannual check. So even in a short period of time, your roof will get dirty. It can collect dirt and waste. The one in the left, the small picture on the left, that's from an owl who has done his work there. So that's where we are. So come troubles convenient. We have another Mentimeter here to start up, but it will take a little bit, and it was more fun, a fun Mentimeter. We said it in Dutch, nooit. We said it in English, never. And we said it in Danish, aldrig, which is also never. Troubles never come convenient. And on your roof, under your roof, you have all your expensive equipment. Everything is there. Everything is live. You want to see, you want to control what's happening. So far, we have not seen any product or not a lot of products who can be connected to your building management system, or which cannot be connected to your digital twin, or products which are not available to be drawn into Revit at the time that you built your facility.
Maybe I can jump in here, Geert.
Yeah.
Taking the questions about the 5th facade, which of course is the roof. So talking about building management system, we often see what's inside the building, and as Geert just said, what about the roof? The roof is maybe the most important element within the building, because it's protecting what's underneath our production, our stock. But do we really monitorize our roof? And from our point of view, we found, and not just our point of view, but from the market point of view, we found it really interesting in what can be done. What can we put into the BMS system? What can we measure? Is it smart to measure, or is this are we just going to do it because we can? And yeah, what's possible and what do we need to know? Yeah.
That's right. And we can go to page 18, Martin. Here we go. So to our knowledge, the road to continuous roof monitoring needs to be paved. And we need to know, what can be measured and what is important for you. That is, I think, the fair question, and what kind of systems do we have already in the market? And I will hand it over to Thomas. He will add some more information here.
Thank you, Geert. As explained, we've been scouting the market for which kind of example we could find, which kind of product we could find to build in our BMS and our digital twin, and we found the need for for loading measurement on the roof to ensure that the roof won't collapse. We've been seeing products with measuring moisture inside the construction, and one of the big interests for us delivering draining system here has been the blockage of the drain, which we are delivering. So how can we predict if we need to send a maintenance guy up at the roof, and how often do we really do it? That's been our big interest and the voices from the market here. So again, what can we really measure, and how important is it, and are we going to use the data to jump into some conclusions, or is it just another smart thing? Yeah.
So for Blücher, this is the first attempt. You know, we know that snow loads are interesting to measure in certain countries. You know, we also know that moisture in your roofing buildup can be measured, and that's an interesting part to know as well. But most of all, you know, since there is nothing really out on the market to ensure that, you know, that you monitor or that you can predict a blockage in the future, that is why we have been starting to develop the Blücher part. Another thing, what it does, it measures the temperature as well. So this is especially for the Scandinavian countries an interesting way to control your ice melting on your roof when there is ice.
Exactly, Gert. And measuring temperature on the roof allow us to control our heating system around the drain, which can give the building owners a big saving in energy and carbon footprint. So a really a good point for Nordic and cold markets, yeah.
So then the end of the question will be, you know, how do you wake up after a heavy rainfall? Will you look at it in the morning and say, I can go to work, I'm sure nothing happened because we are monitoring our roof, yes or no? Or are you waking up and you think, oh no, another day in the office and I'm sure that there is a leakage? That's where we would like you to start thinking, and we encourage you to ask all of your suppliers to think about this question and that you make a demand for this. That is important for us. We have a solution, but we believe that all manufacturers should work on a similar kind of solutions, so that you can go to sleep at night and you wake up like the man in the middle, or the man on the left is actually. You can wake up with a smile and go with fun and enjoyable to work. That is our presentation. We want to say thank you. We have put on here our contact details. You can either send emails to us, or you can just go on LinkedIn and you will find us as well. We're more than welcome to talk. And if it's about digital twin or BMS or how we connect to these kind of systems, we think we have it covered.
Thank you. Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome. Thank you, Martin.
Well, very interesting. I think it's very new.
It is new, yes.
Yeah, we agree on that.
It's very new.
It's very new. Okay. Yes. Well, thank you so much. I will take for this opportunity to announce the next session, and I will change to Dutch. I was looking at my paper and I think I can't see it. Maar nou is het. Volgende sessie die wij vandaag nog gaan doen, dat is de laatste van vandaag. Die begint zometeen om 3 uur. Een presentatie van Jeroen Kasbergen. Jeroen is van het ministerie van Economische Zaken. En hij gaat het hebben over de onveiligheid. En dan tussen haakjes, dus wellicht de veiligheid van IT en OT. Maar dan vanuit een overheidsperspectief. Heeft u zich nog niet aangemeld voor die sessie? Doe het nog snel. Het kan nog. En u kunt zich ook nog aanmelden voor de sessies op donderdag en vrijdag. Ga dan even naar de website van de conferentie Bits, Bricks en Behavior. Dank u wel. Tot ziens. Tot zometeen.